Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Josie, aka the Ex-Plant Eater, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 benefits that I've had from going from a vegan to a hyper-carnivore diet. I did not do this overnight. I stopped being vegan about a year ago and progressively transitioned my diet into eating more animal products. As time went on, as the months went on, I gradually realized how much better I was feeling the more animal products I was including in my diet. I eventually, through these months, found the carnivore diet. I found people who were doing the carnivore diet, and a concept that initially sounded super crazy to me started to make a lot of sense. And in February of this year, I made the full transition to eating a mostly animal-based diet. I will clarify before I get into the benefits. The way that I do eat, when I say hyper-carnivore, I eat grass-fed and organic meat whenever I possibly can. I do eat dairy as well. I do raw whenever I possibly can. Otherwise, I only do either grass-fed or organic dairy. Otherwise, it does cause inflammation in my skin, so I avoid it. I do include coffee. I do include small amounts of fruit. It's been less and less lately. I was eating potatoes up to a couple months ago, but the last time I did, they caused a lot of digestive discomfort. So again, I have cut out all vegetables. I have cut out all vegetable oils. I've cut out almost all processed foods. Besides, I do eat pork rinds every once in a while, but I only do pork rinds that the ingredients are just the pork and they're cooked in pork fat. Otherwise, I will not eat them. I will not eat them with any seasonings. The only seasoning I was having up until very recently was Tabasco sauce. I was reducing it and then including it on and off, but as of a few days ago, I cut it out completely, and I know that's very recent because I did mention in my last What I Eat in a Day video that I was still eating it. As I've covered here already many times, my colitis has mostly healed, but getting my digestive system back to that optimal place, I have not gotten there yet, and the Tabasco sauce was just setting me back too much. It was causing diarrhea still, not urgent diarrhea the way I had when I had colitis, but when I would go, it would be diarrhea or I would be a little constipated. So again, I have cut it out because about a week ago I was having normal stools. So again, everybody who's on here who is dealing with colitis is probably like, I'm not surprised, you shouldn't be eating it. And you guys are absolutely right. So yeah, I have cut it out completely. So really the only seasonings I am eating are Redmond's real salt, and that's it. Otherwise, if I want to eat my food with something like a condiment, I'll either do full-fat Greek yogurt, or I'll do sour cream, or I'll just, you know, put a piece of butter on it. That's it really, and Redmond's real salt. I miss the spiciness, but it wasn't loving me back, so I cut it out. So yeah, that is my diet right now. And I will get into the benefits. So the first benefit, as I've covered on here many times, has been my digestion and my colitis. About 2 weeks after I stopped being vegan and reintroduced animal products, my colitis, all of the severe symptoms began to heal, and they've been progressively healing. I haven't dealt with any of the really severe colitis symptoms since, again, about maybe a month after I reintroduced animal products. So just from doing that alone, I experienced a huge amount of healing in my digestive system. I no longer had blood in my stool. The bloating that I was experiencing on a daily basis disappeared. Like my stomach it looks normal now, like it's flat. Other than that, I was experiencing low fevers. I was experiencing pain and discomfort after I would eat anything. That has all healed. The only thing I still experience in terms of digestive abnormalities is diarrhea and constipation, but again, it is not anywhere near how it was when I had colitis. If I have diarrhea, it's once a day. And if I'm constipated, it goes away in a day or so. I'm still getting back to that place of regularity, but overall my digestive system has improved more than I ever imagined it could without taking any medications and without doing anything else, you know, crazy. All I've done is change my diet. So it's really been a very relieving thing for me. So the second benefit is my skin, and specifically anti or reverse aging. I will show a picture on the screen at this time last year. It's been about a solid year since I stopped being vegan. And my skin at this time last year, I was looking a lot more tired, my skin was a lot duller, it had a lot less color, and it was also not anywhere near as like taut as it is now. The skin like on the lower half of my face was drooping, and I thought it was normal for a while. As I saw it getting worse, I was telling myself it's normal, it's just how I'm looking as I'm aging, and lo and behold, thankfully, I was wrong about that. And as soon as I started reintroducing the foods that were actually giving me the nutrients my body had been missing after 14 years of veganism, and I started getting the collagen from those foods, my skin went through a complete transformation. I legitimately look about 10 years younger than I looked at this time last year, which is insane. And I do want to address, side note, I've been getting so many comments the last 2 days or so. Specifically, I have not gotten a comment like this before the last 2 days, but all of a sudden, so many people decided to accuse me of getting plastic surgery and fillers and Botox and stuff. I don't know what to tell you guys. I have not gotten anything like that done. I never will. I've never been interested in stuff like that. It has been from diet alone that my face has changed. So it's like, it's so hypocritical too, because on one hand, vegans will say that my face looks no different, which is just BS. And on the other hand, they'll accuse me of getting plastic surgery. So which is it? Because those two things are very inconsistent. So number 4 is my weight, bloating, which I covered already a tiny bit, and muscle gains and development. Before, when I was vegan, I was exercising just as much as I am now. Actually, I was exercising more. I would do cardio for at least an hour every single day of the week. And then I would do a small amount of strength training, whether it was like calisthenic ab workouts or just like squats and stuff, and like just basic exercises with bands. So I was doing that 7 days a week previously, and as I've covered a tiny bit on my Instagram, I have a very physical job. I work at a dog hotel, so I am running around with dogs all day, quite literally, or doing very physical like cleaning work. So I was doing a lot of physical activity, and I will show a picture on the screen of my physique before. I was in no way fat or even anywhere near remotely overweight. I didn't have any huge issues with my appearance, honestly, and I wasn't trying to lose any weight, but I was clearly bloated. I clearly had a lot of inflammation, and no matter how much I worked out, my physique and my body composition did not change. Since I stopped being vegan, all the bloating went away, all the inflammation went away. I could see my muscle definition, and I've been able to gain muscle so much easier. Like my arms, my arms before like looked just like toothpicks, and to be fair, they're still pretty thin right now, and I'm not trying to get like jacked arms, but I could see my bicep at least. I had no muscle definition before when I was vegan. So that has been another huge thing that's changed, and my body composition has definitely changed. And just to touch on briefly, I was also counting calories too when I was vegan, and I've since stopped that since about a month or 2 ago. And I've only seen my body composition become more feminine and become more toned. So again, it's been a huge and positive change. So number 4 is mental health, clear-headedness, and anxiety. I honestly don't remember during the duration of me being vegan a time that I was just clear-headed, that I didn't have mental fog. I was always looking for herbal supplements and stuff to help with my brain fog, and I never found anything, unsurprisingly, because I was eating so many. I never ate like a ton of carbs. I probably ate like half my calories in carbs, and by being vegan, like, you basically have no choice but to eat a higher amount of carbs than you would on this diet. I always had brain fog, always. I've written 2 books, one of them that is self-published right now, and I don't know how I did it, and I honestly feel pretty proud of myself for that at this point, because since I stopped being vegan, and then since I started carnivore especially, I have this clear-headedness and this focus that I have never had before in my life. And my anxiety also is something that I used to suffer horribly with before, especially the duration of time that I was vegan. it would get to the point sometimes where I was in class and have to do a presentation, and I would legit like almost be passing out up in the front of the room because I was having such a panic attack over a subject that I knew so well, that I've been learning about the whole semester, that if I'd just been able to calm down, I could probably speak about it pretty eloquently, but I couldn't. And it caused so much disruption in my life when it didn't need to. And since I especially started this highly animal-based diet, my anxiety is nowhere near where it was before. I used to get anxiety too during basic tasks like driving. I would literally be like on a side road with no reason to even get anxiety, and I would still have anxiety from driving. Now I can like drive to work on the expressway and not even really think about it, like have no anxiety, where I used to have a ton before. Or like even just talking to people in my life, like I would get anxiety if I had to like decline an invitation to go somewhere or something, and now my degree of caring what people think, although it hasn't completely gone away, and that's always been an issue for me that I need to work on, but the degree to which I care what people think has went down so much, which is great because I know that my diet is pretty weird and I know that it's pretty unconventional, and it makes it so much easier to kind of just not care when I'm like to people in my life, yeah, I only really eat animal products. I used to be so much more self-conscious, so that's been another huge improvement in my life. So number 5 is oral health. I got really lucky as a vegan and I did not get any cavities. I did have some times that I would develop some sensitivity on my teeth, and when that would happen, I would never go to the dentist to get it looked at. So I don't know, I could have been developing a cavity, but then like nothing, my teeth would never get worse. Like they would develop that sensitivity and then luckily go back to normal eventually. So I don't know how that works, but lo and behold, I never got a cavity. I've been to the dentist about a year ago and my teeth were fine. So I'm not worried about them since then because I've had no sensitivity since then. Anyway, what I did have on a daily basis was my gums bleeding, always. If I ever flossed, I would always have a lot of blood that would be, you know, on the floss. Or, you know, I'd stick like a napkin in my mouth because I could taste the blood, and there'd be a lot of blood on the napkin when I pulled it out of my mouth. So there was that. And then my teeth were also, I mean, my teeth are not super white. That's something I need to work on, but my teeth looked more translucent when I was vegan, and they also, it's hard to describe, but they feel more dense now. Like when I bite down, I feel like my teeth literally have more volume to them and they feel more firm. So oral health, the health of my actual teeth has improved immensely. So number 6 is energy levels and sustained energy. I guess I kind of brushed on this already, but I have energy throughout the day, and to be fair, I haven't completely cut out coffee yet either, so you could, you know, attribute some of it to coffee, but I feel like coffee doesn't give you real energy. I have sustained energy throughout the day. I used to eat a meal as a vegan and want to go to sleep after. It's not happened to me since I started an animal-based diet or hyper-carnivore. The elimination of carbs in my diet really did wonders for my energy levels because my insulin isn't rising and then dropping throughout the day, really. So again, throughout the day, I have sustained energy. I eat my breakfast and have my coffee in the morning and I feel ready to go. I, you know, do my job at work or do whatever I'm doing at home, and I'm never really experiencing dips in energy. Then I eat my lunch, and then once again, I could just get right to what I need to do and power through the rest of the day, come home, eat dinner, and then still have energy until, you know, the time that I usually go to bed. Then my body starts winding down and I can go to sleep. And that's been another huge thing, I guess, that kind of goes along with this point, is that I've had a much easier time falling asleep at night. I'm so much more in sync with when it's nighttime and when I should be winding down. I can go to sleep easily. And I feel like that goes back to getting the nutrition that I'm supposed to be getting, that my body is requiring, because by getting those things, it's preventing me from laying awake in bed at night, like, and my body knowing that I need something else that I'm not getting, if that makes sense. The next one, number 7, is cuts healing faster and bruises. So when I was vegan, especially when I would get like little pimples or zits, or if I would get like a bruise or a scratch or something, it would take like 2 weeks for it to heal. Now, if I get a pimple or something, or again, a little cut or whatever it is, it takes a few days for it to fully heal. Bruises used to not heal for me for like a month, and they've been healing so much quicker. Like, I'll notice a bruise and it'll be gone 2 days later. It was never ever like that when I was vegan. Number 8 is body temperature regulation and just a healthier body temperature in general. I used to be cold all the time. Anybody who knows me can vouch that my skin also used to be like purple when I would get cold. It hasn't gone completely back to normal yet, but the complexion of my skin overall is a lot healthier, as I did already cover. And my legs were the worst area that was affected by this. My legs would be legit like blue or purple when I would get cold before, and now they just look normal. Like the color of my face, that's what color my legs are, as they should be. And it was definitely from anemia or something along those lines that I was experiencing those issues before. The biggest testament, I think, to my body temperature being healthier happened when I was at work the other day. Everybody was saying they were cold, and I was like really warm. And I know like a lot of people suffer with anemia, so I'm not surprised, if anything, if people are cold. Like I know a lot of people in my personal life that say that they're cold all the time. So to me, if it's a warmer day out and I'm feeling the temperature in like a normal way, that indicates to me that my body temperature is finally normal again. So that's been another huge improvement. Okay, number 9 is my hairline and the thickness of my hair. So obviously I shave the side of my head. People can point that out if they want to and say, you're just making this up, and that's fine if you want to do that. But my hairline, essentially, in the front here, I don't know how much you can see it, but I've been having a lot of baby hairs come in. I was having hair thinning, especially in the front of my hair when I was vegan. I started to notice that it looked thinner, and I would tell myself that it was normal and that my hair must have just always been like that. But it's since I stopped being vegan, and especially since I started carnivore, my hair has gotten a lot thicker. The literal strands of my hair feel stronger and thicker themselves. It's hard to describe, but they legit feel like they have more volume. So that's been another huge improvement. My hair's gotten thicker, my hair's gotten healthier and shinier, and it's just gotten a lot stronger. And also, I dye my hair, as you can see, and my hair, when I used to dye it as a vegan, would get super frizzy. And as you can see, it's not like that anymore. It looks normal, so it can withstand. To be fair, like, yeah, dyeing's gonna damage your hair no matter what, but my hair can withstand it a lot better now. Okay, the last and final benefit that I've had from switching from vegan to a hyper-carnivore diet is my hormones and PMS. And there are multiple things that go into this point. So first of all, with the PMS, I get next to no cramps anymore. Towards the end of me being vegan, I was in debilitating pain whenever I would get my period. I would sometimes literally not be able to get out of bed because the pain would be so bad. I would feel like I was getting stabbed in the uterus. Now, I maybe get a tiny bit of cramps on the first day of my period, and they're so mild that I barely even notice it. It doesn't make any difference in my day. Obviously, the bloating's also gotten a lot better. The mood swings have gotten a lot better. Overall, my mental health is a lot better. So all of those things combined makes dealing with having a period a lot easier. My cycle in general, and like without getting too into detail, it's for a shorter duration of time now. And generally, like, it's heavier the first day, and it seems like my body almost tries to get it all out the first day, and then after that it gets light, like I would say starting on the 3rd day, and it's just short for a shorter duration of time, which I can only say that it's like, to me it seems like it's gotten a lot healthier. So also going along with hormones is that I've noticed my weight redistributing. I've talked about this on my Instagram, and I've talked about it in other YouTube videos in the past. I've noticed that my body looks a lot more feminine. I've noticed more breast tissue, again, without getting like too into detail. My waist has gotten smaller continuously, while my hips and like butt area have been able to gain muscle and get wider and curvier. So my body just looks more feminine. And I can only attribute that back to my hormones being more balanced. When I was vegan, my body was a lot more straight up and down. I was a lot stockier. My face, somebody literally pointed out to me too that my face itself has gotten more feminine, which it's hard to actually articulate, but I totally get what that person meant. And it's true. Like, my face is less, again, like broad. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, I was around the same weight as a vegan, and I was around the same size, but the areas that should be a little bit smaller got smaller, and the areas that should have been a little bigger or like, rounder or curvier have gotten curvier. So again, my hormones just seem to be a lot more balanced and a lot more aligned with the way that they should be. As a woman in her late 20s, it's been another huge benefit of this diet. So combining all those things, I'm sure you can understand why I vouch so hard for this diet and why I will continue to do it. I can't say that this will be the way that I eat for the rest of my life. Right now, my focus is really just on getting my digestive system and my health in general back to an ideal state. And as of right now, my digestive system is my largest priority. And again, that's why I'm not even including fruit right now in my diet, because every time that I have, most recently, it has just caused pain for me or irritation. So that to me indicates that my digestive system is not back to normal enough that I can include those things. And I don't ever know if I will be able to. For right now, the way that I eat satisfies me fully enough that I don't necessarily even think I need to include anything else going down the road. But if I want to, I might. After being vegan for so long, I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna change the way I eat again. But right now, I did tell you what is working for me, and I'm going to continue with this. So that being said, there are two questions that I did want to address. I actually did address the one about the plastic surgery during the video, so I'm not gonna cover that right now, but my consensus with it is that no, I haven't gotten any plastic surgery, I haven't gotten fillers, I haven't gotten Botox, my face is all natural. So that's that. And a very frequently asked question that I've gotten lately is if I think everybody needs to be carnivore and if I think it's healthy. And obviously, if you watch this whole video, you know that I think it's healthy. I'm not concerned about getting a debilitating health problem from eating this way. I truly do believe that health problems that crop up for people are from things like processed foods, from refined sugar, from vegetable oils. I really think that people that believe meat is really bad for you need to go back and re-examine the diets that they're referring to when they say things like that, and ask themselves if those diets include processed foods, if they include fast foods, if they include seed and vegetable oils, because that is where the diseases are coming from most likely. I can't speak absolutely for somebody else's experience, but I can say that my health has done a complete 180. Taking out those processed foods and the vegetable oils and everything else I covered already, like gluten and refined flour and stuff, taking those out and eating mostly animal products has improved my health immensely, more than I ever could have even imagined. So obviously, I'm not worried about getting a debilitating health problem from eating this way. If anything, eating this way has healed those really debilitating health problems for me. So that's one aspect of this question. And does everyone need to be carnivore? Absolutely not. I honestly am really not into diet labels, especially after being vegan for so long. I label my diet this way for simplicity so that people, when they come to my videos, they know what kind of a diet I'm eating. That is why I label my diet that way. But absolutely not. I don't think everybody needs to be carnivore. I'm not even fully like carnivore. If you're eating a highly animal-based diet and minimizing those ingredients that cause inflammation, you will do really well. It's really up to you if you think that going the extra mile to take out those, slightly inflammatory ingredients, like maybe coffee or, like refined sugar, whatever it happens to be in your diet, vegetables maybe, if you think reducing those things or eliminating them completely can improve your health to the degree that you're striving for. I'm just simply talking about my experience and the improvements in my own health from the way that I eat. If you're feeling the way that I feel, then the diet that you're eating presently is clearly working for you. But if you're eating a diet that progressively causes you to feel worse, then you probably need to re-examine the way that you're eating and maybe do some kind of elimination diet to identify whatever it is that's causing you issues. So that is my consensus on it. All right, guys, I hope that this video was helpful. If you want to leave any suggestions for my next video down in the comments, please do. I'm going to be launching my Patreon pretty soon. I'm just trying to make some definitive decisions about, you know, the tiers and what I want to put on it exactly. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.